Hi there, I'm Ruchira and welcome to this live stream. Today we are going to be attempting something very ambitious and adventurous. I'm going to be foiling with multiple colors and all these colors will be used on a single design. Okay, so I haven't done this before, but Cricut lets us do this with the foil transfer tool. There are other foil transferring tools also like the VR Memory Keeper's foil quill, which I personally prefer. But then with that, if I want to foil different colors, it becomes more hectic because it does not give us the software does not give us the freedom to do that. But with the foil transfer tool, it will give us the option to change the foil in between. So this is what we're going to be attempting today. It's going to be a fun ride. Please join me. Let me just check if anybody is online here, and if you have any questions, just let me know. If you are able to hear me fine and see me fine, let me know, please. And if this is the first time you're joining me, welcome, and please do follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you are able to see this vertically, if you're watching it on Instagram, the same exact stream is available on my YouTube channel so that you can watch it in the proper landscape format so that you see the entire screen of Design Space. Let's get started. First of all, I will take you to Design Space. And this is the software that you need to communicate with your machines. Today, I'll be going to be working with my Cricut Maker, which is set and turned on, and we are going to work on this design now. This is a design that I've sketched out specially for Easter. This has a cut backing which I'm going to remove, so I'll just remove this part. And the fun thing about SVGs is that you can scale it up as much as you want and scale it down as much as you want. But since this design, I'm going to be working with cardstock on a 12x12 sheet of paper. I'm also limited by the size of my foils. So I'm going to resize it to a smaller size so that it fits 4 inches in width. And bulky, it should be lesser because it has a size of 4 inches, and it will also be limited by the tape that I'll put on the sides. Okay, so I will just resize it a little bit smaller to 3.5 inches. I can either do it manually or I can just go it over here in width and type 3.5, and that should size it down. Now this design is currently set up for pen usage, but what I'll do is I'll change it to foil. Let me first take you to the table and let's see what all colors we have. We have this silver, then we have 3 colors in this set, which is green and a purple and a blue, and then we have a gold one, and then we have this nice bronze, or you can call it rose gold, and we will be choosing all these colors for our design. Taking you back to Design Space, and I'll zoom it in, okay, so that we can see the entire design and we are able to see the colors fine. So here we are. What I plan to do is I plan to do the leaves green. So these are the veins of the leaves which are currently coded for light green. I'm going to change its operation to foil and medium, and change its color to emerald. Okay, and it's showing this thick. If I want to do it thinner, I can just choose a thin foil, and that I'll have to change in the tool. I'll show it to you how it's done. Okay, so over here I'll change this to foil and fine foil, so it'll make the lines thinner. Next, the outer lines of the green, I would like it to be foil and medium, and I would like this to be aqua. Okay, next, the cross. The cross is in 2 colors. As you can see, the inner part is light brown and the outer part is the shading is in dark brown and the main cross is in light brown. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the cross in gold. Okay, let's make it all gold. So this and this, or maybe let's make it 2 colors. Okay, so the outer part, which is dark, can be foil, fine, and rose gold. Yeah, this looks fine. And the outer part would be foil and medium, and let's make it gold. Let's do it this way. Next, we'll go to the flowers and I will choose foil and medium. No, it's too thick. I'll make it foil and fine and change it to purple. So pretty. Next, the text, he is risen. If this is in gold, this would look very nice in purple. So let's make it purple. I hope it looks fine. Or let's make it gold only. Let's do bold, gold and bold. So that this part is nicely visible. Next, we have this part, and this is red, but we do not have any red foil. So I'm going to change it to, with purple, I think gold will look fine. Let's just change it to fine foil and gold. Okay, so this is how the entire thing will look. If you're not able to see the right panel, if you're watching it on Instagram, you can like jump to my YouTube channel. And here I have set everything up. Everything is foil. The text, the main text is in bold foil. The internal details are with the fine foil, and the rest is with the regular fine, like regular point tip. Okay, and this part also is there, and I will change it to foil and medium and purple. So now we have the entire thing ready to be foiled. This is very exciting. And at the end, I would also want to cut it. So I will go to shape, and this one, it's a rounded rectangle. From here, I will click the lock icon so that the constraints are gone, and I can change its length and width as per my liking. I will change the background to be white and bring it down. Now I can move it as I would like the entire contents to be inside. And this is fine. And we're all set. Now this entire thing I would like, I don't like the shape of the corners. So I'll just remove it. I'll just let it be a normal rectangle, not a rounded one. So this one, I'm going to have proportions unconstrained, change its size, make it white, take it to the bottom and resize it again to fit. Okay, this also allows me to have enough space for having the foil taped. Okay, but I would also want to know exact placement of the foil, so I would let this be for now, because then it would not let me, like if I place the foil, I would not know the exact location of where to place the foil if I make the rectangle too big. So I'll just let it be and I'll manually trim it later. So I'll just select everything and click attach. And next I'm going to select the machine, which currently is going to be the maker machine, and I'm going to click make. The project will be saved to my stuff. I'll say OK. In shared projects, I will say foiled Easter cross -RB and click save. Now the project is saved and we are all set to make it. There it is. I'm going to move it a little bit down here, a little bit down, this much. And this is so that I know when I'm taping it, I want this part, I'll just move it this way. I want at the 4-inch mark, I would like to have the edge of the foil. I'll show you when I'll do that, okay? And next I'm going to click continue, and it will try to connect to my maker machine, and it's there. I'm going to select medium cardstock, and the pressure should be normal, and it wants me to start with the emerald foil shiny side up. Okay, okay, let me just check if anybody is watching. Okay, I have so many people seeing today. I'm so happy that you all have joined. I am attempting to do foiling with multiple colors, a very ambitious project. And I'm doing this live, so please be gentle with me if everything goes wrong. If anything at all goes wrong, it's all on me. Please bear with me. Okay, so next I'll take you to my table, and over here I have everything set up. Now, as with everything, we have to test. What are we going to test? We're going to test if these foils transfer well. Because one tip that I can give you with foiling is that always try to foil on dark cardstock, because then this foil will shine through and you'll be able to see it properly. If you're going to foil on light colored cardstock, it's not going to have the contrast that you can see it well. So these are all colors that would go very well with some dark cardstocks, and I have them all ready over here. Let's just see what works well. Okay, so I'm just going to move right over here and I'm going to test it. How am I going to test it? I'm just going to use the foil to just do some foiling on the corner and see. Uh, I would really want it to go on the brown cardstock. So I'll just test this one. If it goes well, then we will go with this. Otherwise, we will go with some other color. Okay. So this is rose gold. And all of these are available in India now. So I would link down in the description all of them so that all those who are interested can get them. And each of these come with a sheet of, like, many sheets of sticker papers. These are actually the strips that are used to secure the foil to the cardstock. Okay, so these are pressure sensitive foils. There are actually 3-4 kinds of foils that we can do with the Cricut machine. One is this pressure sensitive foil that comes along with the foil transfer tool that the Cricut machine uses, the Cricut's own proprietary foil transfer tool, this one. This needs a pressure sensitive foil like this one. Then there is something called as heat transfer foil that is used with the Wear Memory Keeper's foil quill. Then there is something called as reactive foil that is used with mint machines and toner paper. And there is also gilding flakes that you can use. You can also use the adhesive foil by Cricut that also gives a nice shiny foiled look to your projects. So let's get started. This is the first one, the rose gold. I'm going to keep it away, and this is the sheet that I'm going to keep safe, and this is the cardstock that I want to work on. Okay, so what I want to do is I'll just test on the corner. Okay, currently this one has the medium tip attached. So if you can see, there are 2 lines. That means it is the medium tip. So I'm just going to do this and then remove it to see how it will look. It looks fine. It will look nice on brown. So this is fine. I'll be using this one for rose gold. Next, I'll open the gold one and take one foil out. This is the gold one. And just like the previous one, I'm just going to use it on the corner to see if the rose gold color is visible. Visibility is very important. And also that it transfers even with the heat sensitive foil tool. See, if you can see, the gold also has transferred well. So I'm going to go with brown. That is, the decision is becoming easier and easier. Next, I'm going to open and take them all out. So these are actually 3 colors over here, which are green, emerald green, aqua, and purple. I'm going to open this. And from this stack, I'm going to take out one green. Make sure there is only one. I have had accidents where I have accidentally used 2 foils instead of 1 and more. Don't ask me out. And I have had terrible results. So make sure you are using just 1 foil. Okay. This is aqua. So pretty. All these I'm going to keep back in the case. And then I'm going to test each of them. Similar to the previous one, see, I took out 2 over here. So keep it over here at the corner. Use your tool, test. See, this is also visible. This is fine. Now coming to, see, I got two of purple, two of aqua. That happens, okay? These foils get stuck to each other. So make sure you're just using one. And then I'm going to test this one. And again, yeah, so pretty. So this is also fine. And next, I'm going to test purple. And keep it over here. Check the corner. I don't see it transferring really well. And these are the flowers, okay? So, nope, not happy. No, this is not transferring well on brown. Maybe it transfers well on green or navy blue. Yeah, it looks okay on navy blue, but it's still not that visible. I really wish it did well on this. No, it doesn't. So I'll have to move this one. Instead of having to use purple for the flower, I will use aqua for the flower. Okay, and I'll just use the green for the entire leaves. And this is it. We have no silver. So rest of the foils I'm going to keep back in the case. Take just one more moment of yours. Keep everything in place. Keep this away. And keep this ready. And I'm going with brown, not with any other color. So these are all good cardstocks to foil on, you know. This is navy blue, this is dark green, this is black, even dark maroon. That foils wonderfully. So I'm just going to keep these papers back. And we have these here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Cricut Design Space and change the colors, okay? I'll go back over here, click cancel, cancel the cut. Yes, I'll take it to Design Space. Sorry, did I take you here? Okay, Sushma is here. Hi, Sushma. I see so many people joining. So happy to see you here. Okay, so back to Design Space. Over here, it's important for us to now change the colors back to what we wanted. So over here, the purple obviously isn't showing well, so I'm going to change it to aqua. And the outers of the flower should also be changed to aqua. And this green, the internal green that I had changed to aqua, I'll change it to green. Okay, so this is how it will look now. I'll also have to change the tip of the foil transfer tool for the different colors that I will show you while I'll be doing that. Okay, so now this entire thing is ready for the foils that we have tested. And now I'm going to attach it. Oh, it's already attached. I'm going to click make. And just like what I previously told you, I'm just going to move it a little bit over here so that I'm sure that when I'm keeping the foil on the 4-inch mark, it covers the entire area that needs to be foiled. Otherwise, I will not have proper foiling. The entire area will not be covered. Or the foiling tool will go like outside the area of the actual foil that we do not want. Next, we click continue. It's again going to find my maker. I'm going to select medium cardstock. And now we'll get started. Okay, we want the pressure to be default. And now it shows me how to set up the foil over here in Design Space. So I will take you back to my table, and that's when I will keep ready the medium tip and the green emerald foil. Okay, so let's take you to the table. Let me just check if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions at all, I'll be very happy to answer them. Now, over here, I'm going to move all my foils to one side. Now, with foiling, you have to be super careful because the foil, if it gets stuck on this, it will just like spoil your mat. So be very careful. Do not let the foil touch the mat. The best thing to do is to use a full-sized cardstock because that way you're sure that none of the foil is actually touching the mat. I'm just using my brayer. Okay, it wants me to work with the green foil first. And as I have shown you in the software, what I'll do is I will make sure that at the 4-inch mark, I'm placing my foil. Okay, and we just don't place it, we have to stick it so that it does not move, because the foil transfer tool will apply pressure over here. And this has to be in place when that happens. So that's what we will do. This is, I do this. I use my pinky fingers to hold this foil in place, and I'll just foil. Sorry, I'll just tape. And it's important to not get wrinkles. So make sure when you foil, make sure when you tape, there are least amount of wrinkles as possible. Next, another piece of tape. Now I'll go as thin as possible on the sides, because I don't want the tape to cover a lot of foil. That's because when the foil transfer tool will move on the tape, it will not transfer. The foil will not transfer if the tool moves on the tape. So make sure you're using the thinnest of the foil to stick to the paper. But at the same time, it has to be secured, because otherwise it will move. That's it. You're ready. Now I'll take you to the machine. And I hope it's visible. Is it lifting up over here? You see it's lifting up. Lifting up because my mat is not sticky enough. So taking you back to the table, I'll just use you know what? It wouldn't hurt if I'll just lift this up first and then use this tape to tape this part down, and then use this to do this. Okay, taking you back to the machine. Insert this thing in, and over here I have my oil transfer tool with the medium tip installed. I'm going to open, insert this over here in clamp B, and close. What I like to do is I just like to lift it up a little tiny bit, and like a hair's width, so that it does not apply too much pressure. Like I'm always worried to not tear the foil. Although it does not tear it. The Cricut foil transfer tools, pressure sensitive foils are pretty sturdy. I'm just going to press the C button and let it do its thing. And I'm back. I still see so many people are still here. So happy to see you here. So a little bit about me. My name is Ruchira and I'm the designer behind FunLurn. I've been doing this, as in designing files for crafters, for a very long time now. I started my own Etsy shop in 2016, and currently I'm a Cricut contributing artist, and that means that my designs, whatever the new ones that I'm making, I also upload to Cricut's portal. And when I do that, they are available to you if you want to get them through Cricut, and they're also available on my website if you want to get them separately. Also, this entire month, I've been doing one video every single day covering different topics, so that all the users who are having Cricut machines all around the world, not just in the States, are having some benchmark for results. Because I see there are many people all around the world who struggle every single day to use their machines and do not have the same supplies and tools as compared to those who are living in the States. So I thought it's important for me to keep on making these videos for you guys. I would also like to show you what all we have done for the past 10 days. Today is the 10th day, right? So let me take you to the table where I'll just walk you through. Okay. So here I've collected everything. So on day 1, we did this with a pen. A pen that was not the Cricut Joy pen. And it's actually a hack that I've shared on the first day. So you can go back and see that one if you like. On the second day, we did some watercoloring with our Cricut Joy machines. The third day, we did debossing with our Cricut Maker. Then we did some scoring and folding using Cricut Joy. So that's also a project that I've shared. If you're interested, if you can go to that video, you will find the link to that project so that you can use it right away. Then we did some debossing using Cricut Joy. This is one of the most beautiful projects. This is actually watercoloring with Cricut Maker. The hair is actually colored by my daughter. That's a separate thing. And then we did engraving on acrylic with Cricut Maker. And yesterday we did designing an envelope and card completely from scratch in Cricut Design Space, and did this entire project on Cricut Joy. So foiling and making an envelope, not foiling, sorry, scoring and making an envelope entirely on Cricut Joy. This is what the project that we did last day. Okay, I'm going to keep this all aside and let's just see how much we have progressed. So for that, I'll take you to Cricut Design Space, and it is 30% done. And these are all intricate designs, okay? So these take time. This can also be engraved. This is a single line design. So all the single line designs can either be engraved or drawn or watercolored, or just in this case foiled. You can also use infusible ink pens along with these designs so that you can transfer the entire thing on a mug through sublimation. That is, if you have the entire thing drawn on a paper that is sublimation paper, then you can use that sublimation paper on a substrate which is sublimation friendly and then apply heat to it. So the infusible ink drawings will get transferred to the sublimate. And it's still 37% done, so this is going to be a long project. So let's slow down. And we are just doing the green part first, and there is a lot more left. So I'll just check. And we have just finished foiling the green thing. Now, for the next part, load the foil transfer tool, medium. Why does it want me to change then? It is the same green colored foil it wanted me to start with. What has it done? It's confused right now. Both the things had to be done with the same foil. So we don't need to change anything right now. We have the same tip and we have the same foil that we need to use. It's just two different paths. So it's asking me again for this step. So what I'll do is I'll go to the machine and just press the go button. You can see it's just drawn the internal veins of the leaves. So now it will go ahead and draw the leaves, the actual outlines of the leaves. Taking myself back to Instagram, and I'll see if anybody has any questions. If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. And the stream is going fine on YouTube also. What I'll do is I will try to find the link to it and I'll share in case anybody wants to watch it over there. Right, so I was talking about single line files. Currently, if you have any design, any SVG at all, it can be drawn. That means any file that is a cut file can be used as a draw file. But not every draw file can be used as a cut file, because draw files are also open paths. So what does that mean? Let me show you. I'll take you to the table, okay? and I'll find something to draw on to show you. Okay, so if you see this piece of paper, now if I have something like this drawn, this entire thing can be drawn, right? But if I will cut it, I will end up with individual circles and petals. It would not be a design that is completely joined together, right? I'll get back to it. I will just see what my machine has to say. So my machine has currently finished foiling the green color, and Design Space wants me to change the color to aqua. So that's what I'll do. I'll just be there with you. So back to the machine, and this is the next foil that we're going to place right over here. So what I'll do is I'll just remove this piece of tape. And all this over here. Can you see this has transferred? It has transferred beautifully. Okay, now, as I have told you previously, I am going to place it in such a way that this edge aligns with 4-inch mark. So that's what I'll do over here. Use my pinky fingers, this in place, and tape the top edge and also the bottom edge. Now, make sure I use just a tiny bit of the foil, like a 1/4 inch, and tape it on the sides. Here. Now we're done with this part. And I also have to see which foil tip it wants to use. Okay. So going back to Cricut Design Space, I'll check. It wants the fine tip in clamp B. Okay. So that's now I'll show you the tip. Okay. Now taking you back to the machine. So this is the foil transfer tool, right? And currently it has two bands on it, which means it's the medium tip. It actually comes with other tips as well. There are 2 other tips. This is the fine one, and this is the thick one. You can't see much of a difference, but there are 3 lines over here, which means it's the bold tip and this is the fine tip. So now I will remove this one. From here, I'll just push this plunger and take this one out and insert a fine tip in. And that's it. I'm going to insert it back in, and just like previously, I'm just going to hold it a hair width up and close the clamp. Just going to stick it together over here, back safe. And this is because the internal lines of the flower, I want them to be fine. So that's why I'm using the fine tip. Next, I'm going to press the C button. And now it will do the foiling of the flowers. Okay, so taking you back to my table. I'll just check if I'm visible and audible. Okay, so Sushma has a question. She's asking me what's the difference between deboss tool and scoring tool effects. So I also see Sana has joined and Suman has joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to see you here. Today I'm attempting foiling with multiple colors on one single design. So pretty ambitious. And answering Sushma's question. So what is the difference between deboss tool and scoring tool effects? Now deboss tool has a very, like the foil transfer tool has a protruding tip. The deboss tool has a blunt short tip. Okay, and that's also, let me show you. If you are here on my table, Let me just make sure that you are able to see it. So this is tip number 21. Okay, and if you see, this is the debossing tip. Visible, focus, 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 my friend, focus. I don't know if you're able to see it. Let me just keep it over here. Yeah, better. Okay, so this tip is the debossing tip. This helps to deboss, and deboss effects are like what I've done previously with my maker. I'll just show you. I have something that I have just done in the past few days. That is right over here. This is the effect of the debossing tip, the tip number 21. And it can only be used with the maker series of machines because it can go in clamp B, which has these gears. Okay. The scoring tool, however, is this one. This one right over here is the scoring tool. But this also does not have a very pointy tip. Many people also use it for foiling, but I haven't had consistent results with the debossing tip or the scoring tool. The foil transfer tool works best because it has a thinner and pointier tip than the scoring tool. But I have seen people using the scoring tool also for foiling, but I haven't seen people using the debossing tip for foiling. So I hope that answers your question, and I'm so glad you asked one. So I was talking about the kinds of files, so single line files and normal cut files. So if this was a design that you want to cut, it's just drawn, and if it's just drawn, that is a draw file or a single line file, it will cut along these paths, and when it does that, you will end up with individual pieces of the center as well as the petals. You would not end up with a cut file. But if you had a cut file, your cut file would be something like this. And what does that mean? That means it would cut along these lines. When it will cut along these lines, you will end up with these parts to weed, and this will be the path that you will be left with on your vinyl or your paper. So all the cut files can be drawn, but not all draw files can be cut. Now going back to the machine, it has just finished foiling the aqua part. Let's see what Design Space has to say. Design Space over here wants me to load the medium tip. So it just wants me to change the tip, and we are fine with the foil. So that's what we will do. And I hope you're still with me on my machine. No, you are not. So here with the machine, I'm going to use this one, the medium tip. Put the rest away. I'm going to take my foil transfer tool out, take this thing out, insert the medium tip in, and put it back in. And as just as previously, I'm just going to pull it up just a tad bit. And then I really want to open it right now, but patience. Press the C button and let it go in and do its work. So now it's foiling that. Once that is done, the next part will be gold and the rose gold one. So I really want to see it right now, but okay. So Sushma is saying she understood. I'm so happy to see you here, guys. So happy. Can't say how much, because I have been doing these lives at night. It's because my son's exams were going on, so I couldn't afford to do it at this time. But today is his last paper, so from now on I'll be doing lives at this time so I can meet more of you and have an interactive session. So it has just finished foiling the outside of the flowers, and now I'll take you back to Design Space and see what it has to say. Now it wants me to use the fine foiling tip and the gold foil shiny side down. So back to the machine. I hope you're at the machine. Now I will just remove these tips. Just like previously, I'll keep them safe. And these strips are pretty sturdy. You can reuse them over and over again. If you run out of them, you can even use Scotch tape. That also works fine for me. The reveal is the best part always. So pretty. Look at this. Remove this one. Keep it away. Remove this one as well. Away. I'm going to save this also because I can use the rest of the parts again. So keeping it safe wants me to use the gold one. Again, making sure that the foil is in line with the 4-inch mark. Use my fingers. Anyways, this way. It's not straight. And that happens. You're seeing the videos on YouTube, you don't see this happening. Because they are all edited, my friend. In real life, misplacement occurs, and that's okay. I'll use this one at the bottom, this one at the side, making sure only a tiny bit of the foil is used. It wants me to use the fine foil tip, but I'm just going to use the bold one, okay? I'm not going to change the tip again and again. There. And then C button again and let it do its thing. And back here, I see Bhavna has joined. Hi, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Today we are foiling together, and not just any kind of foiling. We are going to do multiple foils together on a single project. So it's a very adventurous thing to do. Now it has just foiled the stamen part of the flowers. And what has Design Space to say now? Design Space wants me to use the medium tip. So it still has the medium tip. I had not changed the tip, so nothing to do. I'll just press the C button again. If you're watching on Instagram and you're not able to see what I'm doing on the right panel of Cricut Design Space, that is because you're watching it in the vertical format. Go to my YouTube channel because there I am streaming this live in the proper landscape format so that you can see it completely. Okay, so now it's doing the foiling part for the cross. Now, one very interesting thing that you can do with these designs is that these single line designs is that you can even engrave them. So generally, if you try to engrave or write any cut file, you come up with like the end product is bubble paths, no double lines, because just as I've shown you over here on the table, like if you are going to draw this file, if this is the cut file, this is the cut file, and this is the draw file. Okay, now if you want to draw this cut file, you will have a path like this, right? And on top you will have something like this. So horrible drawing, right? This is very far away. I'm doing it in front of the camera and I'm sitting right over here. So please bear with me. So you will not end up with colored paths, not end up with filled in paths, because what it is doing is it's just tracing the outlines. So if you try to draw a cut file, you end up with bubble paths. Let's see what Design Space has to say. This is done drawing the cross, and Design Space wants me to change it to bold tip. Now it wants to write the text. Okay, So I'll take you back to the machine. And this is the medium tip. You keep it away. This is the bold tip. Insert this in. Put the tool. And over here I see that the top part of the cross couldn't get drawn properly because the reason that I told you. No, it got drawn. I'm so happy. So I'm not going to change anything there. I'll let it do. Now I'll press the C button and let it write over here. Okay, this has turned out to be a long session. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer. I was just talking about how every cut file can be drawn, but not every draw file can be cut. So taking you back to the table, it has just finished. Taking you back to the machine now. Over here, it has just finished writing. Now let's see what Design Space has to say. Design Space now wants me to tape the rose gold foil and then add the fine tip. So taking you back to the machine, checking if you're able to see the machine. This is the next one. Make sure take this out nicely. Yay! So pretty, so pretty. I'm going to remove this. Save. Remove this piece. Save. Remove this piece. Save. And I'm also going to keep this one safe. Just as previously told, I'm going to make sure that everything lines up with the 4-inch mark. That is when the tape, place the foil, the last one. You see, this project took us a lot of time. It does take a lot of time with foiling, engraving. There are complex designs. It would have been quicker if we were just doing one color, but we chose many colors, so I have to changing the foils, and that's why it has taken us a lot of time. But I have also covered all the steps, so when you do it, it's easier, simpler, and quicker. Pressing the C button again and letting it do its thing. And this is the last phase, okay? So I wanted to show you that you can use the same design to foil, to engrave, and to draw. And if you do that, you end up with coordinating products. So if you're gifting somebody something, then you can foil the exact same thing and then make a variation of it with engraving and make a variation of it with drawing and create a beautiful tag or a card. So it's beautiful to have single line designs on your hand, and I design a lot of them because I draw. I love to draw and I end up with a lot of draw files. So I'll link up to my Design Space profile link below. You can visit my Design Space profile link. If you are a Cricut Access subscriber, then you can get all my designs from the profile. And if you are not an Access subscriber, if you do not have a Cricut machine, if you have any other machine, then you can go to my shop, which is funlearn.svg, funlearnsvg.com. How can I make a mistake saying that? And there you will find a lot of my designs, and even Etsy. I have a store at Etsy as well, wherein you can find my designs. And I am also making a lot of designs with the Indian themes in mind. Like currently, I just finished making a beautiful elephant. And that's something which I might not find, but I'm wanting to show it to you. But it was magnificent. And I can't find it. And that's okay, because I need to plan. If I don't plan, how can I show? So lesson learned, from tomorrow I'll keep all my designs in one place so that I can show them all to you as and when required. Okay, just found it. Just found it. Here, taking it to the table. This is the magnificent Indian traditional elephant. And this is painstakingly drawn, okay? You will not find it anywhere. And even if you engrave it, it will turn out beautiful. You see? And you can easily tell me that I love foiling. I really do. Okay, it has just finished sketching this part, foiling this part, and taking you to design space. It wants me to unload the mat. We are done. Congratulations, guys. We have done something really big, a really big achievement of foiling 4 colors and changing many tips. I'm just going to remove this and bring it over here to the table. And I see Kanupriya has just joined. Hello, Kanupriya. How are you doing? I hope you guys are having an awesome start to an awesome week. So here I'm just removing all the tapes, keeping all the foils safe, and this can still be reused. So I am a very cheap person like that. I like to keep my tape safe and I reuse it over and over again until it loses all its stickiness. So I'll just keep it safe and use it again for the next project. Keep some more foil in its place. And this project has actually surpassed my expectations. I did not think it would look that nice. Uh-oh. See, it can rip off the paper, so be super careful with it. I'm just going to do this away. Don't look at that. And done. This, I'm just going to turn like this. Gently curve the mat, remove the mat, keep the cover sheet back on, keep it away, and then I'm going to trim this piece and look at it in all its glory. So this one just ripped when I was trying to take it out. No harm done. I'll just use some glue, which as usual becomes stuck when I want to use it. That's funny. This is an awl. See, and now we're done with this beautiful project, all shiny and bright. You don't know how happy it makes me feel. If we had the purple one over here, it would have looked beautiful, but it was not showing on this color, so we had to let go. So pretty, so very pretty. If you think this video was helpful to you or somebody else can benefit from content like this, please share it with them. If you think you learned something from this video, give me a like so that I know you like content like this and I'll make more of it. And I'm making a series, okay? So you will see something new tomorrow. Remember to come back. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.